and you can see it. There's probably gonna be more people because people gotta work. There's probably gonna be more people just watching it. Relax. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Healthy Hair Chat with the Healthy Consultants of the Healthy Hair Studio. We are so excited that you guys have joined us for this Healthy Hair Chat. So this is a month one. So y'all, we working out all the kinks and all the things, but it doesn't have to be perfect to start. Sometimes you just got to start. So we're excited to be with you guys today, and we're just gonna have a little healthy conversation about healthy hair. If you can hear us, put one in the chat just so that we know that you guys, hello. Put one in the chat so we know that you guys can hear us really good. But thank you guys for joining. We see some of you have already started to join us today. All right, so ladies, say hello. What's up? Y'all know when it's your first time, you could be a little nervous. So, be a little nervous, y'all. But listen, we're going to get it together. But thank you guys for watching. So, this is the Healthy Hair Chat, y'all. And we're going to be here every first Monday at noon. Those of you that might join later, feel free to email us, post your questions. We would love to answer whatever questions you have as it pertains to healthy hair, healthy tips. So we decided to start this healthy hair chat because we feel like, awesome, thank you guys. I see y'all ones in the chat. We decided to start this healthy hair chat because we feel like we want to be able to educate all of our people that are coming in, even some stylists that may get on, some things you may not know. As you guys know, we are located in Richmond Hill, and we service the entire family. And I seen a post the other day on the shade room, and it was talking about let's bring back, get away from the suites and bring back the salon feel. And so we wanted to let you guys know that we still have that salon feel, but it's a very professional and inviting environment. And so today we just came to introduce ourselves to you guys. If you don't know us already, just to kind of give you guys a little background about it. So how do you guys feel about it? I feel awesome. I think it's a great thing for us to do. It's something new, it's fresh, it's innovative, and I think it's gonna go well. Awesome. Carolyn?
Oh, this is innovative for me. This is new. I love it. I love it.
You love it. Angel?
I love it too. I think bringing conversation. A lot of times we have our one-on-one conversations, but bringing four highly talented stylists together to give you guys some tips and tricks and information, and even just and answer some questions that you guys have. I think this is great. I think it's going to be awesome just to chit chat. Good. Outside of doing the hair.
Yes, absolutely. And I think too it's important because a lot of times people out there have misinformation based off of things that people have done on TikTok and YouTube, which is fine. But we are trained professionals. We've been in the game. All of us have been in the game for decades. And so this is a wealth of knowledge at this table. And so I don't want you guys to be misinformed. And then a couple years down the line, some of you end up in the hair loss clinic because of some of the things that you've done. And we're just being honest. We've seen and heard it all about what they feel like they should be doing and not do. So we just want to make sure that you guys get the right information so that you guys can have healthy hair. So at this time, we are going to just kind of go around the room and introduce ourselves, tell you guys our story. How did we get here? I know many people, us as, Black women back stylists, a lot of us, we've been in the game for a long time, but we want to let you guys know our story, how did we get here. So let's start with Angel.
How did I get here? So I've been doing hair for over 20 years. Barbie was my first client. I love Barbie, and I started, playing with anything that I could braid, anything that I could twist around, the little tassels on the back of the toilet, pillow fringe, all the things. Um, Over 20 years ago, I became a professional hairstylist under Crystal Morris in Fairbanks, Alaska.
Awesome.
And well, my first job was, I was 15 years old, and I started working in the salon. And I just said, okay, this is what I want to do. It just came very natural. Um, and I became interested in hair care once I started seeing, my own hair take growth and everything like that. I'm like, oh, well, everybody can do this. Anybody can have this. So it became a passion for me to start taking care of hair, not just making hair look pretty.
That's good. Sakar?
Okay. Hi, everyone. I am Cara Kalor with K Strands, also part of the Healthy Hair Studio. My journey started basically out of survival, like survival. I didn't have a plan on doing hair. I actually wanted to go to school and be a designer. But I also fell in love with the editorial portion of hair. So when I learned about editorials, that's what initially sparked my interest in hair. But I was always encouraged to do hair because I always did my own hair. So initially I did my own hair, and people always say, "Who did your hair? Who did your hair?" And I was like, "I did my hair." And why do you do hair? And I'm just like,
Right.
because I don't want to do nobody else's hair. I do my hair. So initially it came from that. Of course, my dad always pushed me, would always fuss and say, you have this glue all on my counter and things like that. And then my sister initially, pushed me and say, well, Carl, why don't you just do hair? And so I got into it because of those things. But initially I was interested in fashion. And then I just realized that hair is the backing of a lot of the photo shoots and things of that nature. So I decided to get into hair because of those things. And then after I got into hair, I pretty much just fell in love with it. And still do great healthy hair. You don't necessarily have to.
Still hear us?
Anybody's type of yes in the chat.
Type a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear us. I think we're good.
Okay.
She said it's off now.
It's probably right.
Mm-hmm.
I see them.
Okay, you on it? Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you
Thank
so much. Y'all, we trying to work through all the kinks, y'all. So bear
It's our
with us.
first time.
Please bear with us. But yes. Takar, can you gotta say the end part again because I think they yes. It's Siobhan. Okay, so you got to run it back for him a little bit.
Okay. Where did I stop? Well, initially, like I said,
Okay.
So, like I said, initially, there were two different battles that I used to hear growing up. It would be, oh, she does great hair, but she doesn't know how to style well. Or she styles really good, but she doesn't take care of the hair.
Mhm.
So that was part of my passion when I got into the hair industry was I wanted to, just get rid of that myth that you don't have to not have cute hair or jazzy hair or whatever just to have healthy hair. You can
Yeah.
have both.
That's
And
good.
so that was my passion. Initially when I got into hair was to kill that myth. And then the other one was to be, work on get into the hair coloring process of it and teach people that just because you have hair color, your hair does not have to be not healthy. You can have hair color and still have healthy hair. And understanding also color tones and ranges. Just because you're brown skin or you're light or you're darker, you can still wear hair color. You could just find the right tone and it'll still work for you. So those are the reasons why I got into the industry. And I'm very passionate about it. And I love it. And I love to educate people. And that's pretty much what I'm here, what I do.
Awesome. Thank you. Carolyn.
I like the party. I can rock a party like nobody. No, my name is Carolyn White, Easy Me Moolah. Everybody knows me as hair by Carolyn White on Facebook. Unfortunately, my Instagram is disabled for right now. A page that I've had for 10 years is kind of gone, but we're gonna get it back and build it back. And how did I get here?
How did you get it?
How did I get here? Okay, this started like when I was about 6, 7 years old, and my mom used to on Saturdays used to sit in front of the TV. She would go get her hair done in the daytime. By the time she got home, she would want to roll her hair on the sponge roller. So I remember I used to want to. I like, let me try it, lady. Like, what's up? So I would get on the back of the couch and I would sit on the back of the couch and I would attempt to put these little sorry rollers in my mom's hair. And that was kind of like my introduction. And then it was just something that I always like because I had difficult hair. I wasn't it was cottony, it was really, really fine. So I always had a problem with finding people to do my hair or to do it and make it look presentable as a young kid.
Yeah,
Um,
that's good.
but thank God for my Dominican cousin Maddie. Thank you, Maddie. Thank you, Maddie. Yes, Maddie would take me on the weekends and braid my hair, and it would be so beautiful, and it would just make me feel like I was the most luckiest little girl in the whole wide world. So when I finally grew up, fast forward years later, I ended up getting into some trouble, but I ended up working at a salon which was one of my sister's best friends' salon. I started with watching the kids in the back, and then I worked my way to sweeping the floor. Then I worked my way to shampooing some heads and like a full-on assistant. So after that, it was a love that I had, but I didn't go officially into salons until I had turned 19 after I had my first daughter. That was almost 30 years ago. So ever since then, I was blessed to be in a space where the person, Felicia Burrows, she's like internationally known, but she's the Bob.com. But she actually instilled in me like this is a career. This is a real career. You can make a living. You can take care of your family. You can do the things that you want to do.
Right.
And have it all. So I messed around for years underneath her, like 20 years worked on TV, film. But she taught me everything out the book. Everything out of a Milady book. It was like, no, if you're gonna be here, you need to know this. If you're gonna learn to be here, you need to know why you're doing it.
Absolutely.
So people don't know that I really didn't go to school until I was 37. Like I waited till I did all of that. Now, mind you, worked in many different genres. Worked on set, film, and in salon. But she was like, "This is something that you're really good at it. No one could ever take it away from you. So you might as well make it a career." And I did, and it's been the best thing ever. It is my passion. I spend copious amounts of time
Research.
on social media, researching all of the things that I like because it's not just print, it's just not editorial, it's just not hair loss. It is your everyday woman. how are we gonna get up and go about this life
Yes.
looking presentable? Because it has to be from your head to your toes, and it does something for a woman when you do her hair, and she could be having the worst day in the world. And this is something that I say to my client.
Yeah.
Come on and let me scratch the blues up out of your head. Because I see you feeling low.
Yeah.
So and it's like it's really that. It's a cymatic experience, like when you are in somebody's head, in somebody's face, and you can relieve that. So that is my passion. This is why I do this. This is how I got here, and I like to have a little bit of fun while I'm doing it. That's it.
Thank you. And I think that is so inspirational to say, that it might be somebody out there like, hey, I want to do hair. Like, this is something that I want to do. Like, you're never too old that you can't go back and pursue the thing that you want to pursue. And so, even when you've been doing it for such a long time, to go back and get the education behind it so that we can, I know the people say, like, what is a license? I can do it without a license. Yeah, but a license does mean something, and the fact that you took the time to pursue your craft, and you took the time to, even though there are skills I did know, but I wanted to make sure that I could legally operate in the thing that I know that I'm called to do. It says something about your character and your integrity. So definitely I applaud you. And if you're out there, listen, go back and do what you need to do. And so my story, I've been doing hair since I was a little kid, 6 and 7, always braiding and doing hair. I just honestly it was like a gift. It was just something that I could do. I like to get my hair done. So at the age of 12, I started working in a salon in exchange for getting my hair done. I would sweep up, but literally she started letting me do everything. Shout out to Miss Patricia, Turning Head Studios. Amazing. But I started out with her, and she literally taught me how to shampoo all and do all the things. And so that's why I started. By the time I was 14, I was a braider in the shop. My cousin, we always got that one family member, somebody that was already in the game that helped guide us. And so my cousin, who we call her Aunt Denise, she was already doing hair, and she would pick me up, take me to the salon, always had me with her, teaching me, showing me things. I was able to be inside, like, those hair magazines that they had. She was like, I'm put my name beside, let me do one of the little girls' hair to put my name inside. I was only like maybe like 16 years old at the time. But so then just working in the shop, and I kind of worked every aspect. So I started out, shampooing, braiding. I was the salon manager at the age of 17. So I enjoy a lot of times the business aspect of running the salon. That's just me. I know a lot of stylists, they can't say that, but I do enjoy the business side of running the shop. And so I was doing hair all the time. Again, wasn't licensed. Stopped and went and got my degree. Thought I was going to be in politics. Landed here, couldn't find a job, and people started asking me to do their hair. And like Carolyn, I was like, I want to make sure I'm legit. I don't want to be out here just doing hair and doing things and not having a license. So I decided when I got here to go and pursue my cosmetology license. I had a little setup in my home at the time, and so I ended up, let's see, and I worked in every aspect, right? So I've been in the shops, I had a suite, I've done all the things. And so and now I've been the owner here for the last 6 years. It's been absolutely amazing, full of ups and downs, but amazing saying the least. And it's always been a passion of mine to have a salon and to have a diverse salon. We are not, yes, we are Black women, but we just don't service Black people. Like, we are Black women that have been trained, and we are educated in our craft to be able to handle any type of hair. If it's not one of us, every single last one of us have the capability to be able to handle whatever walks through that door. And I think that's what makes us the team that we are here at the Healthier Studio that I love, is the fact that all of us have something that we do to bring to the table. And it's not a moment, a day and time that you couldn't walk in here and you'll see us huddled in a corner. Like, girl, I got this. What do you think about this? Can you help me with this? And I think that's what the salon environment is all about. I like the idea of sweets, and I've tried to do sweets for a while, but I can say nothing compares to the joy of being able to walk in here. And if it's something I don't know, I can call Carolyn and be like, Carolyn, what do you think about this? I can call Carolyn 10 o'clock at night. I'm like, listen, this lady just booked an appointment. She's coming tomorrow, and I don't know what to do. What should I do? And being honest, and people because sometimes you can be in environments, and I'll let the other ladies, they can attest to this. Like, you can be in environments to where you feel like you always have to be perfect, where you feel like you can't make mistakes. You feel like, everybody's looking at you, everybody's watching you. But I'll speak for myself. I never feel like that. I never have to feel like if I don't know something that I can't go to any of them and be like, hey, I don't know how to do this. Can you help me? And be vulnerable and feel safe enough to say that. And so I don't know if you guys want to speak to that or not, but
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, we are all gifted at what we do specifically or what we enjoy most. But sharing knowledge and sharing information, sharing experiences, I think we do a amazing job at communicating between us. If we do, run into a situation, because face it, we all have different stuff going on. All of our clients have different stuff going on. And I use the analogy of a brain surgeon. They practice. Lawyers, they practice. Everyone we are practicing. And the practice is not, it doesn't stop at school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A brain surgeon can open up 72,000 brains and even open up one brain, and that brain is going to be different every single time you
That's
open
really
it
good.
up. And so we've learned and we've got the book knowledge and everything like that, but every client that comes in has a different situation. And every day that person may be going through, they start out, they may be going through puberty, their hair is doing something different. They may be going through their early adulthood or stress or whatever the case is, and something's going on with their hair. Then they're going through delivering babies and whatnot, and something's going on with their hair. And then they go through menopause, and then something's going on with their hair. So that's the same client as they've grown up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so we have to, there's different situations that we have to go through and face those clients with professional practice.
Yes,
Professional practice and
That's a good
bouncing
point.
that information off of each other at different ages. And between us, we've had different experiences. And so with our experience, with our age, with our focuses that we have each, I think it plays a beautiful balance between our team.
Absolutely.
I think that for me, it's always about never not being a student.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am going to forever be a consummate student of the craft that I am in,
Yeah.
because it can go so many different ways. It's
Absolutely.
always about the texture of the hair over versus the race of the hair. And that wasn't something that I was necessarily well versed in.
Yeah.
Even coming from where I came from, where it was such a melting pot and so very, very diverse.
Yeah.
To have that conversation, like, it's okay, it's just the texture of your hair, and I'm going to teach you how to work within that. Or I can do that. You may not can do what I can do, but I can do what you can do. I promise you that. It is always being a constant student of everything, because it comes in your chair, whether you anticipate it or not, whether you like it or not.
But I like the fact that I can shift people. I'm gonna be honest. I like the fact that if it's not anybody that's ever been my client, you already know. Everybody's the same way. But if I don't know how to do something, I'm going to shift that person to somebody else's chair. I don't play in nobody's head. So I love the fact that if it's something I don't know how to do, I love the fact that I can be like, okay, I know everybody's specialty, and I can be like, hey, Angel, I got a client for you. Carolyn, I got a client for you. And we don't have no issues with being able to put somebody else in somebody else, and we don't feel no type of way. And I think that's the beauty too.
Come with
Of that.
maturity too, because
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it was never a time where I was just like, okay, what you doing?
Yeah.
But it comes with a certain amount of maturity when you understand that is, you can't do everything this perfect. How perfect, it ain't all on you. You can't. If you can't do it, you can't do it. Pass it on. All money ain't good money, and all
now.
right. It's going to change, but that comes with a level of maturity and being in a teaching environment as well. Because so you can take your ego out of it, because people don't know where they go.
Yep.
You have, but I noticed that when you are kind of isolated and just sweets and stuff like that, and sometimes it gets easy for any of us.
Yeah.
You can get that more than
Right.
anything, instead of thinking about the bigger picture. You're in what I can see what's going on. You're with someone that I trust. You're in an environment where I know what everybody uses. So whether their way of getting to five is different than my own, it's still to be respected, and I know you're in good hands.
Yeah.
Amen.
And I'll say that too. In the car, you can come in like I think the how I learned that is like through coaching, which is why the environment of being able to coach other people in the areas where they may not always. But one thing I learned from my coach is that you cannot continue in like a manufactured weakness, right? So if doing that type of hair is a weakness for me, it's like operating with my left hand. And so it could take me 5 hours to do something that it's not something I'm supposed to do versus I could do 5 hours worth of something that's my strength and I can give it to somebody else that's that's their strength. So I think that's the way that I kind of had to learn to view it. It's like I can either keep on trying. Right now is not the moment. I can do 5 hours at home and work on this mannequin, but I'm not gonna spend 5 hours on somebody's head when Carolyn could be done this head in 2 hours. And like Carolyn said, being able to always view the bigger picture. We want to make sure that the client is, satisfied and they like what they're getting. So that's kind of how I had to learn, to do it.
Yeah, I just think the ins and outs of having a suite and versus being in the salon. The salon you definitely get you can piggyback off of everybody. So
Yeah.
sometimes you can be a very talented stylist, but you may not be knowledgeable. And then you can have a client, I mean, a stylist that is knowledgeable, but not necessarily talented. So being in an environment where you can piggyback and bounce off of those things, it gives you the things that where your strengths and your weaknesses are versus when you're in the salon suite, sometimes you can just be tailor focused. And then if you do run into a situation or a problem or just a question, you have to just trust your own, your own knowledge.
Yeah.
And a lot of times that could be limited, or it's nothing like being able to, ask someone else their opinion about something if you have a question about it, or even if you specialize in something. Sometimes just because you specialize in it, it changes, it advances. And then you never know what the other stylists may have seen, watched.
Yeah.
That is something that they can share with you and say, oh, you know what, don't do it that way. Do it like this. It's way quicker this way.
Yeah.
Where you could have spent that time just tunnel vision saying, oh, this is the only way I ever learned how to do it. So I think working on a team and working in a salon is a wonderful thing because it allows you to continuously to grow. It does not stagnate you. You can cut some of that time with watching, YouTube and all these different things because you have people around you that are knowledgeable. So just working in a team and being able to piggyback off each other's information, even spirit, you know what I mean? Sometimes you could be having a bad day, you come in the salon and it's full of, laughter and, carrying on and cutting up. And so it's just like, I don't feel so bad versus when you go into your suite, you just kind of like, it's just you. You turn your music on or whatever, but you still may be in a place where you just like you want to communicate with someone else. So I love the camaraderie that we have working in the salon. We do bounce off each other greatly. And I just think that it's something to consider outside of just focusing on a suite. And suites are good, but also if you're new a lot of times to the industry, or if you are a person that just specializes in one thing and you just feel like, oh, this is all I really know. I would like to know other things, but I'll have to go home and try to find videos to watch to learn this thing. It's good to get into an environment where people know what they're doing so that they can lead you. Give you a little input here and there. You can tell me what you know. I tell you what I know, and we just bounce off each other and make it great. So
And it's crazy because y'all all came in the game right before social media and everything, right?
oh
Before
yeah,
we all have been in this before you got on YouTube and were able to bounce and learn a new technique from
That's
there.
true.
yeah.
So you would really have to be at the shows. You would have to be in a teaching environment where you might be the runner. You know what I'm saying? So I get where a lot of I also get that same thing where it's like, okay, well, you gotta come in and you paying your dues, but these young girls is kind of surpassing us because we have such a wealth of a library and a catalog of how to's and how to
yeah.
do things.
Yeah.
Whereas
Better
we
and
came
quicker.
from, I think we are the last of the breed where you be like, where you would like, oh no, you gotta get in the back and shampoo head. That's
Right.
shampoo.
Sanitation.
Right. That's 2 ounces of water in a quarter. Right. You need to be spraying that down. And that's and that's not to say that you're any less valid or I'm
Right,
gonna
right.
pitch down on it.
But that's just how we
That's
got, though.
just, but that's just the
That's how you got in the
that's
game.
where that's how you got in the game, and that's where you came from. I remember being in the salon, and this is when I was working with Felicia right on 34th Street, 408 West End, and she is one of the top stylists out in Florida now in Georgia Smith. And she was like, she had tasked me with like when crochets first came out, like giving her just a halo braid and putting the crochets in the top. It was hot at the time.
Yeah.
And I struggled, and I knew I could braid, but I struggled getting this braid.
Yeah.
I struggled getting this technique, honey. And that woman turned around and said to me, "If you couldn't do it, you should have never took it." And I said, "Ah!" But you want to know something with that toy, no matter what situation I've ever come across,
Yeah.
whether it be with an owner or anything, there's always something that you need to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't play to nobody head.
Yeah,
They don't like
but it's a character. But you know, it's a character thing.
It is.
And I think what
It
people
is.
are missing, sometimes the young one, people that are coming into the game, because I'm still a little young, but coming into the game, you can have the talent, but you need the character.
Yeah.
And so sometimes being in these environments of like the salon environment, honestly, it built character. You know what I'm saying? Like all of us can say we came up in the ranks or we slept the floors and we did this, but it's like, oh, you gonna pay me how many dollars? Like, oh no, I'm not doing that. Like, I can't take that. You know what I'm saying? But coming up, like we swept the floors, we did the shampoos, we were assistants, like, and those things built character. And as we were doing those things, we learned so much in the process that helps us today. And so I think that's the biggest thing. I think people that try to go out on their own, it's cool and you have the talent, but it's just like how we tell our kids. Yes, like we tell our kids, about like being able to cultivate their character. Like I don't care how much you know how to do, but it's something about when you have to actually do those back end things that actually build us.
I tell my son all the time, the best leaders have to follow. You have
Absolutely.
to, at some point. And it's not about, like you said, not about degrading or putting anybody down, but it's really just, we don't know everything coming in,
Yeah.
we don't know everything. And then we always have these clients. This is the good thing though, about because I don't play in nobody's head either, but I do have my clients that will challenge me and they will push me. And they know that I've never done this before.
Yes, it is a difference.
But they're like, I know you can do it.
Yes.
I don't, you know what I mean? I don't trust nobody else.
I got a
to do it,
couple
but
of them
I want you to try this because I think you can do this. You know what I mean? And it pushes you, and then you finish it, and you're like, oh snap! See, I wouldn't have ever even tried this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But having those clients that and that comes with relationship.
Yeah.
That comes with confidence and trust.
And you are honest.
Yes, and being honest. That's the key right there. Being honest with ourselves and our, you know what I mean, having integrity in our work, and then our client having integrity and built relationship with us and having that saying like, look, I need you to do this and I know you can and get as close to it as you can.
And I'm not going to nobody else's share, so it's gonna have to be you.
But they push us and keep us on our toes.
Yeah.
Because then from that point you're like, oh shoot, I did this and didn't even know I could do this. Okay, well now let me go get in my, you know what I mean? Go get in my YouTube. Go get in my book. Go get in my bag. Let me go get my bag. Let me call Crystal up on the phone. Crystal, sheer heaven. Shout out.
Right.
Let me call her and see what's going on. You know what I mean? And so, I think it's great. I think it builds character, like you said.
Yeah.
It really does. I mean, I think I'm not against it too, because a lot of now the way people are coming out, they are specific and they are coming out really knowing specifically what they're going to focus on when they get into the industry.
Yeah.
So because of those things, you can cut some corners. But if this is for someone that is, you want to be well diverse in your skills, it is good to get on a team, or be around, other people that just know what they do. So that way that you can also take care of the hair. The main thing is taking care of the hair. You want your client to have options. You want them not to be stuck in one specific, style, because I know right now, we're into the wigs and this lace and all these things, but then everything is forever changing and everything is forever revolving. It's going to come back around. It's going to circle back around. So those things, a lot of times you can cut some of those knowing the new trends because you've already had those skills. So you can pull them out your bag and you can use them. So it's just one of those things that you have to consider. Like I said, I do feel like the younger generation, a lot of times they are really niche based. So they have an idea of what they're doing, but as far as the skills that it takes to just be well rounded, just to be well rounded in every aspect, working on a team and just being in a place where you have to decide, is hair healthy hair the focus, or I just want to style the hair and make it pretty. Now,
And what's our focus?
what's our focus is the healthy hair.
All right. That's all I want y'all to know.
So we want the hair to be healthy. So at the end of the day, we're always going to take the right practices for the integrity of the hair, and to make sure that hair is staying on your head, and you have options. So if you want to wear a wig, cool. If you want to wear braids, cool. If you want to do a quick weave, cool. We can do all those things. But the main thing is that we want to make sure that your hair is, if all hits the fan,
You can still wear your hair.
still wear your hair.
Absolutely.
So those are the main things that we focus on here at the Healthy Hair Salon, and that's what we about.
I was thinking about when you were talking about like innovation and just kind of bringing it all together and balancing between each other. I saw the scene from, I know y'all seen Bring It On. I know it was years ago, but Bring It On, when they were trying to put together a new routine, and they went and they started doing things. They were going to the ballet classes, they were going to the tap classes, they were going to the all the different avenues of dance and culture and whatever else they could do. They were doing it together as a team, and they brought things to their new cheer routine that was innovative. It was different. It was, totally different. And I feel like that right there, that element of kind of digging back. I know, Carolyn, you mentioned social media. Our social media was watching TV shows. We was watching Girlfriends. We was watching Living Single and Golden Girls. We was watching shows, and people would come in. People was coming in with they, oh, can you do my Max? I want a little braid bob like Maxine. That's
The Halle Berry. Everybody wanted the Halle Berry area. Like me along. Everybody wanted to be along.
Exactly. And Jada Pinkett, she had some beautiful stuff too. Like we all, people were coming in telling us about the shows because that was where that was where they could gather information. And then you had the magazine era, Ebony magazine, Essence magazine, Hype Hair, Jet, all the different magazines we went through. That was our social media. Social media was very tangible. It was tangible magazines. I get a couple clients that come in and be like, do you have some magazines? You know what I'm saying? I remember at one point at my old salon, we got rid of all the because they would just sit there because everybody would come in with their phones. Can you do this? And have their pictures taken. So just even the evolution of where we are now, as opposed to how things have been going. We had all those decades. We're part of all of that. And we still can watch a YouTube video. I can watch a YouTube video in my sleep and wake up and know how to do what I heard them talk about in the YouTube show. So I don't know. I think this is great. I think this is awesome. Was there any questions you guys asking?
I don't see any questions in the chat. And if you have a question, feel free to ask your questions in the chat. But we're getting ready to bring this to a close. And so we just wanted to kind of open this up and let you guys know who we are, what we do, kind of let you guys get in the ins and outs of who we are. Some of you have met us before, friends of ours. Thank you guys that are already watching. We see y'all on. Thank you guys that do watch. Those of you that refer people to us, that come in here. We appreciate you guys. I see some of the clients in the chat. We love y'all so much. Share this live, share this with a friend. We're going to be here every first Monday at noon. But we'll also be doing some individual shows as well. All of us have our own individual specialties that we do. And so we'll all come on and kind of share with you guys just some tricks and some tips about just some different specific areas. But again, we'll be here every month at noon, and just letting you guys in on our day-to-day conversation like we just did. Like this is like how we talk. We may be a little bit more louder and a little bit more rowdier than this, but we had to tone it down for y'all. But anyway, we just wanted to come in and have like some salon talk and let you guys know that there is a healthy Black salon, y'all. I mean, I know that in Richmond Hill, and I know that back in the day, what it's always been known for was very loud and very rowdy and just gossip and all of the different kind of things, and we're everything but that, and I wanted to bring back the salon feel but in a healthy way. And we've had this conversation. We're grateful that all types of textures, all type of ethnicities and races like feel comfortable walking through our doors. We have fathers that feel comfortable sitting and waiting, and they don't feel uncomfortable waiting for their children to come. We have fathers, mothers, children that come in, and so we are at the Healthy Hair Studio, and we're for the entire family, and we're here to service you guys. But most of all, aside from that, we want to make sure that we educate you. I know that you guys go home and you have to take care of your hair when you're at home, and so we want to make sure that you guys are well informed. And so for those of you that don't get the opportunity to come in, we just want to share with you guys and let y'all in on a little salon talk. So I don't see anything. Thank you guys. I see y'all in the chat saying great job. We appreciate you guys watching. Share this with y'all friends, y'all. We'll be back. We may be back a little bit more than noon. We may try a different time, maybe closer to the evening, one day to kind of see how that kind of goes and see. We're just trying something new. We're innovative, right? And so we're trying something different, but we want to be able to. Our goal is education. That's what we do here. Our goal is education, and so that's what we're just here to do. We're here to educate you guys. So,
and so if y'all have, if y'all have something y'all want to put in the comment that you may want us to talk about,
please,
we'd love to answer all your questions.
please feel free. Yeah, you guys can DM us. You guys can email us. Whatever you feel comfortable. If any of you follow any of us, feel free to private message any of us that are up here and let us know what your questions are. We have our topics, of course, we'll talk about. But if there's something that you want to know more about, or you're, I'm pretty sure you're not the only one. Please feel free to send us your questions. We want to be able to educate you guys. You may see us even go live and do some demos to show you guys some different things. We have events that we have throughout the year. So we want you guys to come out and participate near and far. It doesn't matter where you live. We want to be able to come and educate you guys. All right. So that's
a resource in the communities.
Yes, we are.
Guys may need, if you're new to Richmond Hill, you might want to talk to us because we know a lot about the community and not a lot about what is here, what's to offer, how to get certain things. Well, not, I shouldn't say it like that, but
but also too, if you guys absolutely, and you guys know, I didn't really introduce myself as that, but I am the trichologist and I do specialize in hair loss, hair restoration.
She sure does.
I forgot. I thought I forgot. But
makeup too.
Right.
We do
But I
more
forgot
than
to say
hair.
that. We do. Okay, really quickly. So we do more than just hair. We have skincare, we have makeup, color, lock repairs, everything. But I do specialize in hair loss, trichology, and we are also, everybody in here is trained. So we do work with people that have cancer, that have lupus. So if you're needing medical wigs, all of us in here have the ability to provide our clients with medical wigs, different treatments and things as you guys go through your treatment plans as you come out. If you have any other type of autoimmune, if you're dealing with lupus and all those kind of things, we have things in place to help you. So I wanted to make that a point when Carolyn said that we are a resource. Absolutely. Like I said, there is pretty much nothing in here that we don't do. We have supplements, we have vitamins, we have wellness, we have literally everything from the inside out. We literally have everything that you guys
Get you a vitamin.
Or extensions. We have everything, y'all. It's crazy.
Shampoos, conditioners that are vegan.
Yes.
Oils that are therapeutic to the scalp and to the hair and that promote hair growth. So this is not just your regular hair salon. We are a wellness. We try to definitely incorporate wellness from the beginning, from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. And I'm so grateful that you guys tried us.
Yes. All right, so we'll see y'all next month. If you don't see y'all sooner, make sure y'all follow our page, all of our pages actually. Make sure you guys are following all of us, follow all our pages so that we can stay connected with you guys. And we'll see y'all next month at noon. All right, you guys have an amazing day.
Have a good one.